Morning everybody, welcome to today's class. I hope you all had a nice day yesterday. Let's get started. I'm just going to check to see if this camera's in a good position. Right, so we're going to do our stretch to begin with. So just on your hands and knees, put those hands interlace the fingers, circle the arms, just curving the back and dropping that head through, taking nice deep breaths in and out. Relaxing there, take the hands behind, pulling those arms back, lifting the chest, look up towards the ceiling. We'll do each one more time, interlace those fingers, curving and lean forwards. Dropping those hands, bring them behind, leaning back, lifting the chest. Relaxing there, going onto your back on your mat. I'm just going to lift this camera a little bit so that I'm not cutting myself off the shot. Good, so lay on your back. Knees are bent, feet on the floor. So you should be laying flat so you can look up towards the ceiling. Just rest those arms down beside you. We're in a neutral position, so you want to have this slight curve underneath your lower back. And from here, we're just going to take really nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So as you're taking those nice deep breaths in and out, I want you to think about these positions of the hips. So you want to keep them nice and level. Imagine you've got a torch on each hip bone shining up towards the ceiling. And they should be parallel to one another. Keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. Your shoulders are away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. Keeping that weight even through your feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. And then you're just gently tightening in your tummy. From here, as you breathe out, I want you to tuck your pelvis under so you're flattening your lower back into the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release back out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. Holding. Controlling out. So as you're tucking under, we're trying to find a nice strong flat back position. So you're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to move your pelvis, sorry. You shouldn't be squeezing your bottom. breaths. This next one, we're holding our flat back. You're tucking under to hold. So from here, you're going to start to tighten through the pelvic floor. As you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So think of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're going to halve this contraction. So 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. So we still want to keep this nice relaxed position in the upper body. So shoulders are away from your ears, your chest is nice and open. If you are feeling tense, just remember to turn those palms up to the ceiling. So you're really opening up in the chest. Excuse me. You're pulling the tummy all the way down towards the spine. You want to keep that weight even in your feet. So remember, big toe, little toe and heel. We're halving one last time, so 20 to 25% tightening. This should feel like a very gentle lifting, something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. This should just feel like a nice gentle lifting. Our back should feel nice and flat. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. From here, we're going to lift both legs up into a tabletop position. So you're going to bring your knees up above your hips, your shins are parallel to the ceiling, and we're going into toe taps. You're tapping down and lift, tap down and lift, tapping down and lift. So you're going to keep that nice strong flat back. Your tummy is tightened. You're using your pelvic floor. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. You're taking deep breaths in and out. 2 more each side, tapping down and lift, tap down and lift. 1 more on each side, tap down and lift, tapping down and lift. Relaxing there, hug those knees into your chest. And from there we're going to go on to our hands and knees to take our stretch to our back. So just grab yourself a drink whenever you need one. So we're going to take our hands under the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And here your tummy should already be nice and tightened. As you breathe out, I want you to tuck your pelvis under, so you're curving your back, arching your spine, and dropping the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale, let the pelvis come back out to your start position, working through the spine, and the head lifts. Tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head, we hold, releasing out through the spine, and the head lifts, tucking under to curve. So we're taking our time to work through the back. We want lots of movement through your spine. So if you do have any areas that are feeling really stiff or sore, I just want you to slow them down. Moving each part section by section, vertebrae by vertebrae. Deep breaths. So as we're curving the back, we're pulling the tummy all the way in. And as you're coming out to your start position, let those shoulders come away from your ears. We're taking two more here. We're tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head. We hold, and we're releasing out through the spine. Lifting that head. We're going one more time here, tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head. Holding here, take that deep breath in, releasing out through the spine, lifting the head. From there, push yourself back into a shell stretch, bottom to the feet, and reach those arms out in front. Good, then we're going to come on to our sides for our chest stretch. I'm just going to grab a drink quickly. So as you're laying on your side, you want your legs together, knees are bent. Resting down, your arms are going to come out nice and long and we're palm to palm. So we're going to lift this top arm up so your fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you. And you're twisting away towards that opposite wall. We're going to hold here for a stretch before coming back up and over. Back down, palm to palm. Excuse me. Top arm lifts, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. Twisting away, we hold before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. So we want to keep these legs glued together and grounded so you can get this twist in your waist. taking nice deep breaths. The arm is reaching as long as it possibly can. So you're stretching from your fingertips all the way into your armpit. Really open up through your chest here. And we're going to look at this hand for as long as we can, so that we know we've got a good range of movement through the neck. We've got 2 more here. Excuse me. We're lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you, and we're twisting away. Holding here as we stretch. Before lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. One more time, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here as we stretch. Before coming back up and over. To come down palm to palm. From here we're swapping sides. So you can either roll over to face the opposite wall, or you can switch which end of the mat that you're laying at. It's completely up to you which one you'd prefer to do. Just have to bear with me as I'm moving positions. Okay, so again, laying with the knees bent, feet on the floor. No, that's a lie. Knees bent, legs stacked. Resting the head down, arms up, palm to palm, and nice and long. We're going to lift this top arm up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here, we take a stretch. Before lifting back up and over. To come back down palm to palm. We're lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you and we twist away. Holding here for your stretch. Before we lift back up and over. To come down palm to palm. So remember, we want the legs glued together and grounded. So you know you're getting this twist through your waist. And we're taking those nice deep breaths. In and out. The arm is stretching from the fingertips all the way into your armpit. Really opening up through the chest. We're going to look at this hand for as long as we can. So you know you've got a good range of movement on both sides of your neck. Got 2 more here. We're lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you as you're twisting away. Holding here to stretch. Before lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. We've got 1 more here. Lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Before we lift back up and over. To come down palm to palm. From there, bring yourself into a full body stretch. You can roll onto your back here if you prefer. We will then be on our backs for the next exercise, but if you need to, grab a drink. yourself set up. So on your back, here we're going to take those knees bent, feet on the floor. We're in that neutral position again, so you need that slight curve through the lower spine. Just big enough for that hand. Have those arms down beside you. From here we're going to take a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale to lift your shoulders from the floor, your arms are reaching nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to come back down. Chin to chest. We're lifting up. Holding here. Control back down. So you're using your tummy muscles to lift you. Pull that belly button all the way down. You're obviously finishing off flat on the floor, looking to the ceiling. This chin to chest position is there to keep that neck nice and relaxed. So nodding the head, nice big nod of the head. Then tighten that tummy to give you your lift. The arms are reaching to keep those shoulders away from the ears. Remember to breathe. Tighten that pelvic floor. Let's take 2 more here, and then we'll change the arms. Chin to chest. We're lifting up. Holding here. Control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. So from here, the arms are going to come across the chest, like you're giving yourself a nice hug. Your movement stays the same. Breathe in to nod. Exhale to lift. We hold. Control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. So you still want to have this chin to chest position to keep that neck nice and relaxed. So remember to have that big nod, then tighten the tummy. My lift is obviously quite small here. You can make yours much bigger if you need to. Take a moment just to make sure those shoulders stay away from the ears. They shouldn't lift just because you've moved the arms. Breathe. Let's take 2 more here. We'll change the arms one last time. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. We're taking those hands one on top of the other and placing them either onto the forehead or behind your head if you prefer. If they are behind your head, make sure they're on your head and not your neck. From here, we're going to again take that nod as you breathe in. Exhale to lift. Take a breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Nod the head. Lifting up. Control back down. So it doesn't matter where those hands are, you've still got that nod of your head to keep the tension away from the neck. Get those elbows nice and wide so your chest is open. You want your shoulders to be down. Using your tummy. Got got 2 more here. We're going to go chin to chest, lifting up. We hold, control, back down. Last time here, chin to chest, lift up. We hold, control, back down. Just hug those knees into your chest. And then from there, we're going to go on to our knees or our fronts, depending on which you prefer. Remember to grab yourself a drink if you need one. Let's come into a better shot. Okay, if you don't like bearing weight on the knees, either find it uncomfortable or you just don't like it, that's fine. Lay in a nice long position through your body and take your hands mat width apart in line with your ears, and you're going to go into just chest lifts. Same thing that I've said throughout the whole pretty much of lockdown. If you're okay with bearing weight on your knees, then you're going to be in that knelt position. Lower leg is just out behind you. If you suffer from cramp with those lower legs, tuck the toes under and that should help to get rid of that. Make sure those knees are directly underneath your hips. They're quite close together, so you want them to be narrow. Shoulders are just nice and relaxed, so have the arms down beside your body. Take a really slight nod of your head just to make sure you're not flinging the head back. So from here we're going to take a nice deep breath in to hinge through the knees, really tightening in the tummy. You're leaning back. Exhale, to squeeze your bottom to push yourself back up. Leaning away. Squeeze and lift. Leaning away. Squeeze and lift. So you need this tummy really tightened the whole time. Use that squeeze of your bottom and the breath out to help push you forwards. Obviously my lean is really tiny. You can make yours much bigger if you need to. So if you want to make that bigger, you should start to feel it more through your quads. Remember, it's your knees you're hinging at. You shouldn't be moving through the hips. The whole of your upper body stays as one. Let's take 2 more here, then we'll add some more movement in. Leaning back. Squeezing forwards. Leaning back, squeezing forward. So from here, if you're laying on your front nice and long, then you're going to go into single arm lifts. Okay, if you've done class with me before, you'll know what they are. If you're on your knees, then bring your hands in front of your chest. And now as you lean, you're going to take one hand away and add a twist. Come back to the centre. Lean and twist. Back to the centre. So again, my lean is quite small. Yours can be bigger, that doesn't matter. Make sure you're taking those nice deep breaths. You should still have that tummy really tightened. Squeezing the bottom as you lift. Looking at your hand, so you know the whole of your upper body is moving with you. 2 more on each side. We're going to lean and twist back to the centre. Lean and twist back to the centre. One more time on each side. Lean and twist back to the centre. Lean and twist back to the centre. Relaxing there. Doesn't matter which movement you've done. I want you to bring yourself back into a shell stretch. So remember, you're pushing that bottom back to your feet. Your arms are reaching out in front. From here, we're going to go onto our backs and we're going to be going into the 100. Grab a drink if you need one. Okay, so as you come onto your back, you'll be laying nice and flat, looking up towards the ceiling. Just find a position that for you is nice and comfortable while I talk you through. If you've done yesterday on Monday's class, it's the same 100 we're doing. Doesn't matter if this is your first class of the week. So we're going to be in a flat back position. So you're going to be tucked under, losing the gap underneath your lower spine. Your legs lift into tabletop, so your knees will be above your hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. If you want to challenge that position more, then what you're going to do is take your knees away from the hips, but your shins stay parallel to the ceiling and you stay in your flat back. So you shouldn't ever lose that position. So let me sort out my nose. From there, we're going to be lifting the upper body. So you're going to be coming chin to chest, your shoulders will lift off and your arms will be long with your palms facing the floor. So you're beating those arms up and down for 100 repetitions. So that's 5 as you breathe in and 5 as you breathe out. So your arms will look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, your legs will stay lifted. You're going to take your hands behind your head and go into 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards those legs. Once you finish those 2 sets of 8, we rest the head and the arms down so you're looking to the ceiling. Your legs are then going to straighten as much as they can. It doesn't matter if you can't get your legs fully straight. You can keep a slight bend in there. I just want you to try and have a longer position than when you're in tabletop. Okay, and from there you're going to go into crisscrosses with the legs. 2 sets of 8 of your legs crisscrossing. If your knees need to be bent, then your lower leg will crisscross more. Okay? Once we finish 2 sets of 8 there, we're going to hug those knees in and take a full body stretch. So first of all, find that nice strong flat back position. And then when you're ready, you're going to lift those legs to tabletop. Knees above the hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. Nod the head, lift the shoulders, arms are nice and long. Here we go. We inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here, legs stay lifted, hands behind the head. We're going to sit-ups for 8, 7, 6. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more. 8, 7, 6. Tummy's in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the head and the shoulders down. Arms come down beside you. Here you're going to lengthen those legs as much as you can. Your legs are crisscrossing for 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax in there. Bring the legs down. Hug the knees into your chest. Then bring yourself into that nice long stretch. Good, and from there we're going to come up to a seated position. Grab yourself a drink if you need one here. Okay, so coming into a seated position, just bear with me. Okay, you're going to have one leg reaching out nice and long in front of you, and the other leg is going to be bent with your foot in towards your inner thigh. So you've got one leg with the hip really open and one leg directly in front of you. So what we're going to do is like a stretch through the arms as well as a stretch through the legs. We haven't done this one before other than this week. Flex your foot if you can. You probably can't see my foot very well because I'm really silly wearing a black sock. There's my foot there. Flex your foot, pull your toes towards you so you're stretching the underneath of the calf. Sit really nice and tall. You're going to reach your arms forwards and all the way up as high as you can go. From here, I want you to hinge at your hips. You're going to start to lean forwards towards that leg. Drop the head, bring your arms down, and you're reaching them as far as you can. You're going to be able to hinge further forwards than I can. Just go to where you can go. Drop that head. Think about getting your nose to your knee. Just resting down on that leg. Nice deep breaths. See if you can come down a bit further. Then you're going to reach those arms forwards. Bring them all the way back up to the ceiling. Relax them down. We're going to be going again. Reaching the arms forwards. Lifting up. Really lengthen those arms. Hinging through the waist or the hips, sorry, to come down towards that leg. Dropping the head. See if you can come down a bit further. Again, reaching those arms forwards. Use your tummy to help lift you all the way up. Stretching long, let the arms drop. But one more time on this side, arms reach long. Lengthening all the way up, really reach through those fingertips. Start to hinge through the hips. And we're dropping the head down. See if you can get a little bit further down here. Reach those arms forwards, lift all the way up, and relax the arms down. We're swapping sides, so you're going to bring that foot in, the other one lengthens out. So you've got exactly the same thing here. You might find that on one side, you've got a little bit more or less flexibility than the other, that doesn't matter. That'll just be the tightness through the legs. So really flex that foot so that you're working the underneath of the lower leg. Arms are going to reach forward. Remember to sit up tall, lengthening all the way up to the ceiling. Hinging forwards through your hips towards that leg, drop your head down. Just resting those hands on the leg or the foot, wherever it is that you're reaching to. Nice deep breaths. Reaching the arms forwards, lift all the way up. Sit tall, let the arms relax. And again, reaching the arms forwards, lifting all the way up to the ceiling. Hinging at the hips, dropping down towards that foot. Again, reaching forwards to lift all the way up. Relax those arms. One last time, we're reaching forwards, lifting all the way up, hinging through those hips to drop down. Nice deep breaths. Reaching the arms forwards to lift all the way up. Relaxing the arms. Bring both legs out in front of you and give them a shake out, especially just through those knees when they might have started to seize up from locking out. Then you're going to bring both legs out into this opened hip position with your feet together and take your bounce to your knees. Just bouncing those knees up and down, so you're opening up in the hips. Then releasing from that bounce, take hold of the feet, just hinging forwards. Here's where you can push those elbows into the legs to get a more open position if you need to. Good. From here, we're going to be working on our arms. So if you usually use weights and you need to grab them, then you can, or baked bean tins or whatever it is that you usually have. So for these exercises, you can either be seated, knelt or standing. It's completely up to you which position you'd like to be in, whatever you find the most comfortable. Just something lightweight wise if you are using weights, so like a half or a 1 or 2 kilo kettlebell dumbbell or tin or something like that. If you don't want to use weights, that's fine. I'm not going to be using weights for demonstration, so you don't need to worry. So we're going to do our usual arm routine. So your arms are going to be nice and long. You're going to be circling forwards for 8, circling back for 8. Turn the palms to the ceiling, push up for 8. Turn them down, push down for 8. They push forwards for 8, push back for 8. Remember to change the facing of your hand if you're holding a weight. Still need to do that. From there, we'll have to take a short rest, and then we'll do that routine again, and then we'll go on to something else. So make sure that your upper body is nice and tall, whether you're seated, standing, or knelt. Make sure you're comfortable in that position. So if you know you can't sit for a long period of time, come up into a standing if you need to. Okay, here we go. Arms are nice and long. We circle forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax those arms. We're ready to go again. Lifting up, circling forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing down. Give those arms a little shake out. They do not get any easier. Okay, from here we're going to do my new favourite arm exercise. So we've done this one quite a lot recently. So do the washing machine and the crisscross. So you can still use weights if you want to. If you want to get rid, that's fine. So your arms are going to be in front of you, and you're going to be doing a washing machine movement forwards for a set of 8. So I'll count 8, but you're going as fast as you can. So it's not one, you haven't got to do 1 revolution per count. It's as fast as you can. Then you're doing 8 reverse. Arms will come out long. If you're not holding a weight, push your palms forwards, and we crisscross for 2 sets of 8s. Then we do that again, washing machine forwards, washing machine back, crisscross. If you're holding a weight with your crisscross, don't worry about pushing the palms up. If you are using weights, just make sure that your hands aren't too close together, because you're going to start to clunk on your wrists and it will become a little bit uncomfortable. So nice big wide circles if you're holding weights. If not, it's not the end of the world. You can keep them a little bit narrower. Still nice and tall. Remember to take nice deep breaths, relax those shoulders. Here we go. Washing machine for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, washing machine for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax those arms. We're going to do that again. Just take a moment. So again, you can either get rid of the weights here if you want to, or keep them. Completely up to you. Make sure you're nice and tall through that upper body. You can be standing or kneeling if you need to. Here we go again. Washing machine for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Washing machine for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Whew. Give those arms a nice shake out if they're really heavy. Bring one arm across. Grab hold of that arm on either side of the elbow and pull it in towards your body. So that wrist hang floppy, and shake it up and down. Good. Swapping sides. Bring that arm across, holding either side of the elbow. Let the wrists go floppy. Shake it up and down. Get back to the first arm. You're going to lift it up and over, so you're holding just past the elbow, then lift that chest up. Other side. Bring the arm up and over. Lift the chest. Relaxing there. From there, we're going to go onto our hands and knees. Grab a drink if you need one, pop your weights to the side. Let me just move this out of the way. So you're going to bring yourself onto your hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under your hips. We're going to tuck those toes under. If your arms and your wrists are really tired, drop yourself down onto your forearms, and that will give them a little bit of a rest. Just make sure that those forearms are parallel to one another, so you're not crossing in, and you're not splay out, okay? From here, as you breathe out, you're going to pull your tummy all the way in, pressing into your hands and your feet to lift yourself up, just an inch or so from the floor through the knees. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. So thinking tummy muscles are lifting you here. Your hands and your feet are just there for support. Nice deep breaths. We want to keep the head in line with the rest of the spine. So make sure you're not dropping your head down or forcing your head up. If you're on long arms and you're looking just past the fingertips, and if you're on your forearms, you're looking straight down towards that mat. Let's take 4 more here. We're lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Last 2, we're lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Relaxing there. We're going to roll through those wrists. And then we're doing our planks. So if you joined in yesterday or the day before, then you'll know the plank that we're doing. If not, it doesn't matter, I'm going to explain. So we're going to be holding the plank for quite a sustained amount of time, as we're going to lift one arm, the other arm, one leg, and the other leg. So I'll kind of half demo and then I'll talk you through as we go. Again, you can be, either on your forearms or long arms. It's completely up to you which one you want to choose. To bring your upper body towards the front of your mat, you're going to step that back leg out behind you, take your weight into those toes. The other leg comes out to join it. And we're going to tuck under into that nice long line. Once you find that strong plank position, you're going to lift one hand off, put it down. Lift the other hand off, put it down. You're lifting one leg, put it down. Lift the other leg, put it down. Relax there. And then when you're ready, we go again, stepping back, finding that strong plank. We're going to lift, down, lift, down, lift the leg, down, the leg, down, relaxing down there. You continue these at your own pace while I talk you through. So what I really want you to think about is keeping the control of your movement. So I don't want like a slapping as you're trying to rush through those lifts of the hands and the feet. Just take your time, find a nice strong plank, and then just prise that hand away. It hasn't got to be a big movement. But if you're making sure that you take your time and lift the arms and the legs off well, then you're going to build that strength and stamina to hold your plank. Make sure that as you step out and you come forwards into your plank, you're pulling your tummy in, you're squeezing your bottom. So you know you're nice and strong through the tummy and through the back. You're in that really strong long line position of your plank. Get the shoulders down. Don't let them start to lift to your ears as you're feeling it's getting harder. Breathe. Nice deep breaths in and out as you're finding that plank position. You shouldn't be holding your breath at any point. Just really concentrate on that breath. It will help you so much with the plank. Just make sure that those hips are not coming up too high in that angled position where you're not working your tummy, and make sure they're not dropping right down where you'll put loads of pressure and arch through that lower back. So if you are unsure, just lift those hips a little bit more. See if you can feel that more through the tummy. So nice control. Just take your time. Doesn't matter if you need to rest between repetitions. And you can alternate between forearms and long arms if you need that little bit of rest and support through the wrists and the arms. Just wanting to be in that long line. So if you're on long arms, you're in a nice diagonal line. When your forearms, you'll flatten yourself out. It will be harder through the tummy if you're on your forearms, so bear that in mind. We're going to take 2 more of these. So you're going to step one leg back, then the other. Bring yourself forwards into that plank position. When you're ready, you're going to lift one arm off, pop it down. The other arm lifts, pop it down. Lift one leg, put it down. Lift the other leg, put it down, and relax. Last one here, stepping back. Come forwards to find that strong plank position. Lifting one arm away, then the other. Lifting one leg away, then the other. Relaxing down. Push yourself back into a shell stretch. Roll through those wrists. Catch that breath. Nice deep breaths. Just bring yourself up into either seated, knelt, or standing position. Entirely up to you which one you want to choose, whichever you're most comfortable with. And we're just going to take a nice roll back of those shoulders. Still taking those deep breaths to control that breathing. And forwards. Take those arms out to the side. We're lifting all the way up. And we're stretching over. Come back to the centre. We're lifting all the way up. We're stretching over. One more time on each side. Let's lift up and over. We're lifting up and over. And relaxing there. That's the end of today's session. Thank you for joining me for today's class. I hope that you've enjoyed the session. So there's only tomorrow and Friday left, and then I'm stopping classes completely. Just remember, I've said it the whole way through, but if you need to contact me about anything, any advice, fitness-wise, sports massage or stretching-wise, Pilates-wise, then feel free to get in touch with me. Even if that's once I've had the baby, it just will take me a bit longer to get back to you. Yeah, I'd still like to hear from people if I can, and I will be contacting clients in the not so distant future regarding classes and things like that. I hope to see lots of you tomorrow and Friday for the last 2 sessions ever, which is literally mental. But if I don't, then have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.